Welcome back to Leeds Lately. Before we get into this one, make sure you hit that big button down below. Also, this video is sponsored by Last Man Standing HQ, but more on that shortly. So today's video then is going to be about some transfer news. Reportedly, Leeds are interested in Juventus winger Nicolas Gonzalez. Now, the Argentine is 27 years old, just younger than me, and has played one season at Juventus after transferring there from Fiorentina. Before that, he'd had some good seasons as well at Stuttgart in the Bundesliga, and is a player that certainly, in my opinion, fits the way that Leeds want to play, so we can see why, really, he would have been identified as the type of player that Leeds United would want in this situation. So when we actually look at Nico Gonzalez then, and I've made one of those scouting cards so you can see it on the screen now, 27 years old, 5'11", can play on the right wing or the left wing or up front if needed, if absolutely necessary, and can play in the 10 as well also, or has done in the past at least. Juventus reportedly have been asking for £26 million, 30 million euros, which works out just shy of £26 million. So I reckon a deal within the region of £25 million would be possible for Nicolas Gonzalez. I've characterised him as a versatile forward with great 1v1 take-ons and good finishing ability, because he has that ability to go past people and really open up defences, and I think that's a very, very key aspect of the way that he plays. Of course, good finishing ability always helps as well. When we look at his value, I'm going to go for 3 stars. He's only just kind of transferred last season from Fiorentina, to Juventus, and he's already looking for a move again. It didn't go great for him last season, and he's kind of looking for a new club in his journey, I think. And I think Leeds would be a very good fit for him. So value, I think 26 million is quite a lot. But at this point in the window, I think you kind of have to pay it if you want the player that you're looking at. So I've given him a 3-star for value because I think his real kind of market value should be around 18 million pounds. But they've kind of upped it a little bit to 25 million. So that's why I've gone for that. System-wise, though, like I said, and we'll get into that in more detail shortly, he's a very, very good player. A lot of the things that Leeds want him to do, he's good in the air, he's good coming back and defending as well, and he's good in terms of his 1v1 ability and his ability to go and score goals as well. I've given him a 3-star for potential because he's already 27 years old, and of course is somebody who is kind of coming into what should be the prime of his career now. So he hasn't got a massive ceiling above what he's already got, but he is a very good player and a Premier League quality player, I would say. Before we go any further though, have a look at today's sponsor. I massively love my football, and when Last Man Standing HQ, based out of Horsforth, made by a Leeds fan and subscriber of this channel, approached me for a sponsorship, it was a no-brainer. What Last Man Standing is a competition. As you'll see in the background, I'm showing exactly how easy it is to sign up. A competition where you pay £20 to enter and you pick a team that you think is going to win this week in the Premier League. If your team wins, you are able to pick another team, and you can never pick the same team twice. The pot is at £1,000 at the moment. If you do go out, there is a chance to buy back in for a further £10. Remember, you can go over there now to Last Man Standing HQ and sign up today. So if you want to compete against me and many others, head over there now. Remember, you have to be 18 plus and gamble responsibly. If you want to know more, go to gambleaware.org. Remember as well, if you want to get involved in that, you have to get involved before the deadline, which is of course the first game of the season. So make sure you sign up before Friday to be with a chance of winning that £1,000. Anyway, Nicolas Gonzalez then. So Nicolas Gonzalez last season, let's have a little look at what he did. In all competitions last season, he played 26 games in the Serie A, and he also played a couple of games in the Club World Cup, the Italian Cup, and the Champions League as well. And all in all, he picked up 5 goals and 4 assists in that time for Juventus. In that time, though, he did play as a little bit of a utility player, and he played in so many different positions. You'll see it on the screen now. He played 9 games as a substitute. He played on the attacking midfield on the right-hand side. He played on the attacking midfield on the left-hand side. He played in the centre. He played as a striker. He actually played as a defensive midfielder 3 times, played as a left midfielder twice, and played as a right forward once as well. So he never really got a chance to settle in that Juventus side and be the first choice winger, which I don't think ever really allowed him to kind of have that ability to get comfortable, get into the swing of things and know exactly what you're going to be doing every single time. We know from previous management, even at Leeds, that when you're looking at a player coming in, you need to play them in their position, square pegs, square holes, round pegs, round holes, not the other way around, not a mixture of both. You want to put him in that position and allow him to learn where he should be when a central midfielder has the ball, where he should be when a striker has the ball, the runs that he needs to make, where he needs to go. If he's constantly playing in different positions, he's constantly having different sets of instructions, and it's hard for a player to really get settled. In terms of his strengths, though, and weaknesses, you can see on whoscored.com, they characterise him as having aerial duels very strong, and I've seen a lot of headed goals from him over his career. Finishing strong as well. Crossing isn't fantastic, but how much do Leeds actually like to cross the ball? And what does he like to do? Well, he likes to dribble into the box. He likes to cut inside, and also indirect set-piece threat. He's a set-piece taker as well, which could be massive for Leeds in their bid to stay up in the league, essentially. So, usually when we go on the statistics websites, we look at what's happened over the last 365 days. But I don't think that's the best kind of idea of how good Nicolas Gonzalez is. There is a couple of things, though, to pick out. Clearances, 1.88 per 90, puts him in the 99th percentile, so the top 1% in Europe's top 5 leagues for attacking midfielders / wingers. And aerials won 3.07 per 90, put him in the top 2% in Europe's top 5 leagues. So again, winning headers, scoring goals from headers, and being somebody who is going to track back and help you out in the defensive phase as well, he is really, really good at those things. However, what I want to have a look at is his seasons in the past. So last season, like I said, he wasn't that settled. He wants a new move. He wants a new portion of his career. And I think he's going to get it at somebody like Leeds, where we can kind of provide him with a good run at playing in his preferred position. So in the 2023-24 season, he played 29 matches for Fiorentina and started 21 of them, and in that time he got 12 goals and 2 assists. Some of them were penalties, yes, but he's a very competent penalty taker as well. But he is somebody who did a really good job of scoring and creating chances as well. So that's a very kind of important thing to pick out. Before this season, he'd had some really good seasons. The year before that, for Fiorentina, he played 24 games. He only started 13 and got 6 goals and 1 assist. The year before that, 7 goals and 6 assists in 26 starts. And then the year before that, at Stuttgart, he had 6 goals and 2 assists. So he's always good for about between 7 and 10 goal contributions every season. No, actually, yeah, between 8, 9, 10 goal contributions every season, pretty much. And I think that can't be underestimated. You've also got to look at the set-piece delivery, the way that he fits in that aspect. The way that he is able to go past people really opens up defences, and is something that I would be very interested in seeing come into Leeds and be given a go at that left-hand side or the right-hand side, for example. He's somebody who would be very, very good at beating that first man. And we've talked about this with Largi Ramazani in the past. The ability that he has to basically just nutmeg someone and sprint off into the distance, or just knock it past someone and run, and have that ability to have that kind of explosiveness to go past someone. When in modern football you're playing against such rigid defensive structure, even though everybody's got their own zones, let's say that Nicolas Gonzalez knocks it past an Everton player, as soon as he's gone past that Everton player, that zone then is basically breached. Nicolas Gonzalez has the ball in it, and the player who's supposed to be defending him can't get to him. That means that if it's on the wing, for example, you've got a fullback or a central midfielder. One of them's going to have to pull themselves out of position to go into that zone to challenge him. And if they don't and stay in their own zones, it means that he's got more distance to sprint towards the opposition as well. So it starts to pull people out of position, it starts to open up spaces, and it starts to kind of give your team a chance to get players up the pitch, and it's great on the counter-attack. So I think that's one of the reasons that Leeds would have identified somebody like Nicolas Gonzalez as somebody who could really do a job for Leeds. So I'm excited about this one. I think he's somebody who could do a very, very good job at Leeds United. Didn't have the best season last season. He's on €88,000 a week, but obviously in pounds that's less, and we're a Premier League team now, so we can afford to pay that. And he would raise the level of our squad in terms of quality. Obviously, he's also played for the Argentinian national team as well, which is no mean feat, of course. So that's very good to. Very good for him to kind of have in the locker as well. In his international career, he has scored 7 goals and got 5 assists. Sorry, that's not in his. That's for Fiorentina in the Conference League. Sorry, that's international cups that's coming up. But regardless, he is a very, very good player that needs a move to try and re-kickstart his career. And don't panic when I say that, because that sounds like very Victor Ortery type, speech. But no, this guy hasn't had a terrible season. He just never got settled at Juventus and had that chance to play in the positions he wanted to play. So I think if Leeds brought him in, played him on the wing, gave him a chance to run at oppositions, I think he would very, very much fit what Leeds United are wanting to do. Thanks for watching Leeds lately. Of course, there is a tactical preview coming out on Saturday. There is a Premier League predictions coming out on Thursday. There is a live stream to round up the transfers on Friday, and there's a live stream on Monday night as well for the actual game against Everton. So plenty to stick around for, plenty to sub for. We are so close now to 10K. So yeah, thanks for watching Leeds lately. Let me know what you think of Nicolas Gonzalez in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.